How's it going, you guys? All right, so I'm gonna be doing a review on my part in Celebrity Tropical Fish. This should be a good one. Let's get to it.
Passing off two egg rolls, some cheese, some skinny, some half order of cabbage with on the other little roundabout way for my.
This was a tour that I was on with Hawk, Ray Barbie, and Lance Conklin. And this was walking to the beach where we would skate and walking back to the hotel where we were staying. We'd walk right through these couple of sets of stairs, and they were really fun to skate. And that was just me talking about my time there and just having some fun. Okay, so that was the bike path ollie. I frontside 180'd it. I had heard a few months earlier, whatever the case was, that Sean Sheffy had came through town and had ollied the bike path. And I was really blown away that he was able to ollie that thing. It was so big and no one had even tried it until he did it. And it was truly amazing. So after he did it, I just couldn't help it. I had to get over there and give it a try. So, and of course I didn't just want to ollie it. So I got a frontside 180 and I was really happy I got that done. This was shooting with Grant Britton for my Pro Spotlight. Now, I remember doing the shoot for my Pro Spotlight and being told from Transworld that I would get it. I just didn't want to have a good Pro Spotlight. That wasn't the goal. I was trying to make it just, an epic Pro Spotlight, as good as I could possibly make it, just so I went literally just all out during this Pro Spotlight session, just trying to make it as good as humanly possible. This here was something different I wanted to try. It was a wall ride, and then I did a saran wrap pretty much to pivot on the top of that wall and then aired back into the wedge ramp here. So I was just trying to do something really original that I had never seen before is what the goal was. Mixing street with vert. And that was a big spin mute off the Localina bank over a garbage can. Now, this is a really interesting story. I went to my friend's house one day, and he told me that Canton Russell and Jed Walters had been skating UCSB, and they had really done a lot of stuff. And he told me that Jed Walters board slid the handrail and then ollied the stairs. And I was just really blown away that he was able to pull that off all in one day. I mean, it was shocking. So, of course, after hearing the news, I went over here and never thought about ollieing these 14 stairs before. I thought, you know what, I guess I better give it a shot, So I was able to do a mute grab down the stairs, and then I also did a backside bone down the stairs. And Pal has the backside bone footage, and I hope to be able to retrieve that someday so I can show you guys. But literally, I never saw the footage. So about 20 years later, 30 years later, the Canton Russell and Jed Walters footage surfaced. And it turns out Jed Walters board slid the rail, and Canton Russell ollied the stairs. So I had a little talk with my friend about that because I'm not sure I would have ran right over there to do this if I would have known it. It was actually took two guys to get that stuff done that day. So that's just a bunch of runs on those sets of stairs between where we were doing our demos in France and where we were staying in Europe. This right here was, I don't know, like a 14 stair or something. This was right at the bottom of those stairs, and it was just a massive set of stairs. And I thought, wow, a walk to the beach, everybody's going to see these stairs. So I thought I'm going to launch these stairs, and try to make some kind of an impact here. So I got that done. I was happy. This is in France. This is at a school across the street from where I used to live. Fairview School is what I called it. That was in front of the old PAL factory in Goleta. Late Shove-It. This is San Marcos High School doing a tail slide on the wall. Doing a really sketchy 360 flip down the stairs at San Marcos. This was a super big ollie in LA, and I skated this with Rudy Johnson and Guy Mariano. None of us made it, but I got so close this day, but you had to land and go into a busy street, and I just didn't feel comfortable riding into that busy street. We had someone watching and telling me it was okay to go and stuff, but I just didn't feel comfortable enough to ride away. But this was an absolute monster, downtown LA. Feeble grind down San Marcos Rail. Now this was pretty incredible. So I'll play it through. So that is a backside 180 mute 1 foot over the pyramid. Now at the time that I did this, I'd never seen it done before, and I just thought of it that day. And I had to let go of the board real early and just float in, and ended up making one. But it was definitely an epic day for me to be able to make that trick. And it was probably the one and only backside 180 mute 1 foot I ever did. That was skating with, I think, Pat Brennan for the video. Now, this is a double kinked rail that I skated with Pat Brennan for the video. I was about halfway down this rail and I heard Stacy Peralta say, and I did like a layback on it, and I heard Stacy Peralta say, hang in there or make it, something like that. So instead of just bailing my board, I just hung on for dear life and was able to kind of squeeze this make out. Frontside 180 tail grab over the rail. And coming up right here was I was trying to do a kickflip backside 5-0, but the board kept bouncing off the handrail. But I ended up making one, but it wasn't really a kickflip backside 5-0. The board just kind of hit the rail, and I made it. This is La Colina, and I went over a pallet, basically mute grab, and straightened my back foot because I saw Hawk do it once on vertical, and I wanted to do it on street. So that's what happened here. 50-50 frontside board slide on a bench. And this is going to be a ollie frontside grab, and I kicked my front foot off down like 9 stairs. It was kind of like my go-to move, like ollie frontside grab, kick the front foot off. That was just like a mess around trick that they said, hey, Frankie, come over here and act like you're running into the wall. And I'm like, okay. So I did it for the video. That was a lean grab for the Pro Spotlight with Grant Britton. Kick flip, frontside board slide down the rail at Powell. And this is me ollieing it, dropping into the Taj Mahal at the Powell facility, and the one and only time I ever did that. Super scary beyond belief. And then ollied over the pyramid. I saw Tommy Groh do this off jump ramp. I think it was early grab, if I'm not mistaken. Mute grab, and then he put it to backside grab. He may have done it late. I can't say for sure. But in any case, I wanted to do it. So, ollie mute grab, flip it over to backside. This is skating the vert ramp in France, on that same tour with Tony, Ray, and Conklin, and I did a couple of vert tricks. This is at an underground parking lot in downtown Santa Barbara, and we were board sliding down this long wall, and I board slid down this thing a few times way up here. And I thought I was going to try to board slide up this thing and come off it, and I thought, wow, what an amazing trick that would be. And I somehow got to make. It was like a miracle. Frontside 180 over the bar at Music Hall, UCSB. This is at the food court in UCSB, frontside 180. This is ollie up 360 flip off at the bell tower, UCSB. That is me attempting the board slide double kink in Goleta with a guy literally telling me to leave and screaming at me the entire time. He was a complete disaster. I wasn't able to concentrate on this board slide at all. He was just running his mouth the entire time. It was super annoying. Backside nose grind on a real high box at Powell. And this is me. I'm going to do an ollie over the whole pyramid and land on the flat. This is me doing a double kinked rail at a bank on Fairview, right around the corner from my house. This is ollie off a really small little bump over a full-size picnic table. This is an interesting trick here. Not many people know this. I did an ollie nose grab. I kicked judo, held onto my nose, and did a backside 5-0 down the last little bit of the bar. So what this trick was is an ollie nose grab judo kick to backside 5-0 down a handrail. You don't see that very often, but I got it done. This is called the LA double kink. Me, Rudy, and Guy went here, and we were all trying it. And it was really sketchy, and we were all bailing really hard. And I knew the video was going to be coming out soon, and I really needed to get some footage bad. So I hung in there for dear life on this trick. I stuck about halfway through, put the hand on the down part, going down the last kink, and literally took my feet off the board to keep it from sticking, and just kind of aired myself, bunny hopped myself down to the last down part, got my feet back on, and just kept on riding it, and actually ended up making this. Frontside 360, down the stairs in front of Goleta Valley Junior High, around the corner from my house. One of the only front foot impossibles I ever did, across the street from my old house in Goleta. I did an ollie nose bonk and then in on this bank over the bar. That's in Goleta. 50-50 the bar at the same location in Goleta. Ollied over the bench part to nose slide on the top of a bench. Kick flip the wall, and this is at the old PAL facility in Goleta. This is a mini ramp in France. There's Lance Conklin, and Ray Barbie was there that day too, and I'm doing a backside bone to fakie. This is probably the one and only time I ever did this. Ollie, nose grab, judo kick, and went into a saran wrap. It was a late saran wrap. I always wanted to do that. I saw, I think it was Bucky doing them on vert, and I wanted to do this on street. So I got it done. Ollie, nose grab, saran wrap. Once again, ollie, mute grab, put it over to backside. The trick that I saw Tommy Guerrero do. Heel flip down the 4 stairs in front of Goleta Valley. And then here I come. I'm doing a 360 flip mute over the pyramid. And I never saw 360 flip mute done before. I could have, so I got it done that day. Shove it over a planter box that I saw. I believe Guy and Jason Lee used to skate this place a lot. So this is in downtown Los Angeles. This is in Carpinteria. Ollie down some stairs and over a sidewalk, and there's a big crack right here that you have to miss. That's why I landed like way out in the street, just to miss that crack. Frontside 180. This is kind of a monster ollie. This is backside 180 mute. This is in Ventura off a little bump over a sidewalk. Really stoked to get this. And this is that same double king tan rail in Goleta, and the guy is still at the top of the stairs, still talking away, won't let me concentrate. And this is as good as I could get it that day. And you can kind of see right now, I'm going to throw some dirt and look up at him because, you know, that was about as good as I was going to be able to do it with him sitting there talking my ear off. And then coming up is, well, let's just play it through.
They owned a farm, 3 pigs, 2 cows, a couple chickens, French egg rolls with cheese and rice and lettuce, tomato and onion.
So this is something at the end of the part, and I really wanted to give a little bit of love to Ray Simmons because I used to skate with him in Isla Vista, and you know, I believe he kind of got hurt out there, and I just didn't want anybody to forget about Ray, man, because he really broke a lot of ground, and he really inspired me. So I wanted to throw some words together and then throw his name at the end of it to make sure people still know Ray Simmons. So that's it. That's my review of Celebrity Tropical Fish. I hope you guys liked it. And I found out after I filmed all this that Tony Hawk was going to be doing the editing. And it was the first time that literally every single one of my tricks made it in a video. So, you know, I appreciate him, you know, thank him very much for that. So in any case, take care, you guys.